and welcome to Geektopia with me, Adam Carruthers, joined by my friends. We got LeVar Burton, we've got the Chief Jiang Nan himself, we got Pratik Naidu in the retro Scotland jersey, love it. We have Puppy Zach kitted out in his Liverpool attire, scarf and everything, bouncing up and down. Have a man shaking his head, and I think he's wearing a Marvel t-shirt, I'm guessing. Am I right? Stan Lee, I like it. Now I can see the entire thing. It all makes sense. Now it's just Stan Lee's head, forehead and hair. But what is Geektopia? It's a space on the internet to all things geek related. Sometimes I'm alone, but on occasions like this, we have Geek Squad where I can sit down with my friends to discuss something we've all watched, and we want you to be part of it in the future. All you got to do is to leave a comment and let us know what we should be watching. Simple as. For this week, it's a return, a glorious return to the cinema for all of us after months and months and months away from the big screen, and we all decided to watch the latest movie from Marvel. Was that a thumbs down, TL?
No, thumbs up for whatever Zach is doing.
Oh, whatever Zach's doing. Okay, I thought you didn't like going back to cinema, because I really enjoyed it. I believe it's actually the biggest film of the year in America, because more cinemas are open, people are more comfortable to go out. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Let's go to the litmus test. Levy, did you like the movie? We need to know.
I did. I loved it so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that is it for Geek Squad. We'll see you all next week. Bye for now. Bye-bye. That's all we needed to know.
Thank you.
I've never heard her say that she loved it, but we'll dig it a little bit deeper why in just a while. Pratik Naidu, my friend, you are the Marvel aficionado here. I'm more of a DC kind of guy. Did you like the movie?
I absolutely loved it. It's
Superb.
like, so for me, like the top 3 MCU movies for me is like Iron Man, Infinity War, and Black Panther. For me, Shang-Chi is like, it's just right below them.
Ooh, that is...
Yeah.
That is...
Maybe it's because it's been such a long time since I watched one in the cinema.
True. Much better than Black Widow for me as well. This is the other release we had this year. But hey, you know what? Eternals and Spider-Man might change my viewpoint later this year. Chief Jiang Nan, yourself?
I thought it was just okay.
Why?
Okay, I didn't. Okay, some of these Marvel movies, I'll go back and watch it again and again and again. This was not one of it. I'm sorry.
But you're the Chinese guy in this conversation. You should love it. Representation and all that.
I'm just so used to all these Chinese Kung Fu movies that I feel it's much better than this.
See, I had a conversation with Zach about this, which is why I'm saving him for last. I'm part Chinese as well, and I watch a lot of Chinese movies, and I'll say my thoughts in just a moment. Calvin J?
It's not bad lah.
It's not bad lah. That's it.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. I would tell this one is just okay. I mean, you know, it didn't blow my mind. It's not in my top 3 like Pradeep, or you know, I didn't love it like Levy. But the thing is, look, I mean, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but to say that, you know, it's the same level as Iron Man, no, I don't feel the same way. And is Awkwafina our Asian spirit dragon now?
Yeah, she's in everything.
Because and anything Asian in Hollywood, Awkwafina.
Yeah.
No other person, no Asians in America.
And she literally played a dragon as well.
Yes.
Right in the last.
So
dragon.
Every movie she got dragon one. At the end of the day, it wasn't. I mean, it was okay lah. Tony Leung carried the show.
Oh, he's amazing in
he is
everything.
Amazing. Like they say, but like, you know, the thing about the Ten Rings. Listen, I love Iron Man, right? I had the Iron Man comics. I love the Mandarin. Little bit racist, but never mind. You know, this was in the 60s, 70s when this you know, white man was in charge. But still, I feel like I understand that they had to change a lot of things, and the rings origins and so. In fact, in the comics, it's actually rings, not, you know, rings.
Yeah.
But and also the origins of the rings, how they get the rings and stuff like that. It's very different. And I mean, they alluded to the fact that he was the Mandarin, but that's not what he wants to be called. But yeah, it's just for me,
they straight up addressed the Mandarin issue. They straight up addressed it, saying the Western culture wanted to create someone, and they put
an
this
origin.
guy as the Mandarin. Yeah, Ben Kingsley.
It was
But
just
no-
totally fan service. It's just like there was
Yeah.
no need for that scene at all.
Yeah, there was no need, to be fair. But no,
It's-
but I get it. I understand that you have to touch on the issue. But the fact that, look, I mean, you changed little bit, I understand lah. Like Black Panther, they did change a few things, but it's still very close to the comics and the source material. But with the Mandarin and Shang-Chi, it's basically a new story. It's basically new, like, okay, this is what it is now. Like, Shang-Chi never got the 10 rings.
Yeah, I understand why they put that in, because at the end, halfway through the Iron Man movie where Ben Kingsley is Iron Man 3, right? They say, oh, he's actually just an actor. And people are wondering about the real Mandarin. People are quite excited to see the real Mandarin because he's such a major villain in the comics. And then they had that one shot. Marvel released like a one shot short after that as well to say the real Mandarin is out there. And I thought it was quite nice. And I can understand changing the ring. So for Levy, who's not a comic fan, like the Mandarin wears rings. The problem is Thanos had stuff like that as well. So they were trying to change it to make it a bit different from Thanos.
Yeah. And then each ring like had its own power.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, it says 10 rings, but they wear it as a bracelet.
Yeah, if they went to the comic accurate version, it'll be just like Thanos, or like 80% similar to what Thanos had. So,
Or like an Indian
Like
uncle
that.
in the 80s.
or an Indian uncle in the 80s.
The 10
But yeah,
rings.
so we come to Puppy Zach.
Yeah, sure. Ali.
Explain to us your thoughts about the movie, my friend, or have a big slurp of your drink first. Okay.
To quote a very good friend of ours, Laval Burton, it was Mar.
Just Mar.
Just Mar.
What was Mar about it? for you?
Okay, I honestly, I really wanted to like it. I guess as the Asian representation goes, I guess I was expecting a lot from a Asian Marvel superhero. But there were things that I felt didn't like it wasn't complete. Like for me, the martial arts scene, the fighting scenes, like TL was mentioning, there's so many better like Zhang Jimao movies. Like I reference Hero with Jet Li, like how smooth and fluid the fight scenes were. Like this one, it seemed like they got Wu Ping's like intern to help choreograph. It was there, but then it didn't quite hit. And then I was talking to a friend earlier, and it felt like, okay, in front of the screen it was all Asian representation, but it's all behind the screen is mostly like white people that's coordinating it.
Fair enough.
So
yeah,
they didn't really get the real essence of, I don't know. I mean, so that was my problem with the movie. I mean, the rest of the stories were like, okay.
I'm kind of feeling what you're saying, Zach and TL. There are much better martial arts movies out there. I was hoping to see like an Ip Man sort of vibe when it comes to the fighting. It was far from it. Ip Man or The Raid or something, not as graphic as The Raid, of course, because it's a Marvel movie, but along those lines. I mean, I was excited because Tony Leung Chiu Wai, which is what TL is legally changing his name to after this, is in it. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. He did the Grandmaster, right? Whoa, he was amazing in that. And obviously, all the other movies, Infernal Affairs, still one of my favorites. He's in that. He's the major role in that. But I just felt underutilized of the action. And when it comes to a lot of superhero movies, not every single one, they rely on so much CGI at the end. You've gone away from the kung fu, the fighting elements, completely away, and it's just like a CGI fest. I think of Wonder Woman, the first one, at the end. The movie was great until they just went, bleh, throw up CGI. Yeah, it's a superhero.
You said the martial arts doesn't hit, but then we have to understand that this is not a martial arts film. Yes, it is in a way, but also the fact that you can't go there expecting Infernal Affairs. Right?
No, of course not. That's not a martial arts movie either.
In China, or
that's
even
that's a drama.
Yeah, Hidden
Infernal Affairs,
like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, whatever. But
yes,
it's
you have
not
to, because his superpower is he's the master of martial arts.
No, I get it, but I didn't think it was that bad. To be fair, if you go in not expecting Ip Man, I mean, okay, when Tony Leung fights the mom, is this spoiler free? I don't know, but whoever.
Yeah, just wait.
Okay. So I thought that was very well choreographed. I mean, for a Hollywood movie, yeah, it was great. Like I love the part where the mom fights with the chi, and then you got and the first opening scene of Tony Leung just using the rings and stuff. It was great. I think the fight choreography was okay. In that sense, but I mean, we can't go in expecting miracles in the martial arts part of
No,
it.
I'm
But
not. But the thing is, the bus scene showed they could do the fighting scenes. I was like, oh, this bus scene is really, really cool. But
it's
then,
good one.
it was really good. But then as the movie progressed, it became more about CGI than actual like kick-ass fighting scenes,
mean, they
which you
couldn't
can
find-
It
incorporate.
felt like Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Yeah, because they couldn't find a real life dragon to play the stunt.
It's beyond just a dragon. It's just too much CGI. You're relying on CGI. You've gone away from the fighting. It's just like meh. And they started off promisingly with the bus scene. I was like, okay, there's some really good action here. But then it just goes down the usual superhero trope movies of CGI all over the place. And that was always a big letdown for me. Prateep, what are you thinking? The CGI and taking away from the martial arts?
I think because most of the MCU origin films, right? You think about it, like Iron Man, the bad guy was technically like Ironmonger, a bad Iron Man.
Yeah.
Black Panther was a bad Black Panther.
Yeah.
So I thought they were going to like in the trailers and stuff, like his dad was going to be the bad guy. So they're like similar power sets. But then I think that's the thing they try to do different by bringing in the demon and all. And hence why we saw less action, like more CGI in the end of the movie.
Mm.
So
Wait,
I think they tried to do something different.
I don't think the CGI took me out from the movie. I think it was a bit more of the storytelling that took me out of the martial arts thing. Like the Awkwafina character for me felt like why is she the hero? Like
Is she?
why? Like
Yeah.
there's no point.
Yeah.
There is no point of her being there other than comic relief, and also the fact that suddenly she's pushed into a point where suddenly she's the best archer. Like how?
I think they should put more emphasis on her sister also. They did, but
Yeah.
they should put more. Because she is technically better than Shang-Chi in the movie.
Yeah.
She has her own tournament in Macau. She takes over the 10 rings. Actually, she's the star of the movie. Change the name of the
Exactly.
movie.
Aw.
That for me was the biggest problem. Not the CGI, but Awkwafina's character is like what? How did like this valet from New York suddenly become the better archer than what's his face
The old
Hawkeye?
guy.
Like what's the point? What's the point of Hawkeye then? Like you
Cancel the show.
cancel the show lah.
You got
Also, there
Awkwafina.
was
Apparently just any valet from this thing from New York can shoot arrows what?
also like they really had the comic relief in Trevor Slattery.
Mm.
Trevor. True. Very, very true. Good points as well. Levy, has this changed your opinion about the movie in any way whatsoever?
The only part that I didn't like was when the mom was trying to communicate with the dad. You hear just the voice. I wish they put like some kind of effect to show like a figure that the mom is there, like he sees the mom, not just a voice. I wanted something to appear like a
The
shadow.
CGI
or
budget
something.
finished
I
already.
actually have a
CGI.
theory on that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so has everyone watched Wonder Vision?
Yes.
Yes.
So towards the end, she hears her kids also. So I think it's like a similar power source.
Good
Because
point.
they're from like a dark dimension or something demon.
Yeah.
So I think like, now Marvel, they're like referring to people as Nexus beings. So I
Yeah.
think the wearer of the 10 rings is a Nexus being. So they're trying to like call out all the Nexus beings, whoever is in that dark dimension.
Which is why they couldn't understand the material at the post-credit scene.
Yeah. Are we going to
which
talk
makes
about that?
sense. Can. I mean, it's yeah, bole. But I just want to know what TL thinks about what we've just discussed. He's been quiet for a little while.
Okay. Let me tell you what I think about another negative aspect I think about the movie, right? I think Simu Liu is not strong enough as a main character. He couldn't hold the show. He got overshadowed by, of course. I mean, Tony Leung is, you can't really compare, but he's also got overshadowed by Awkwafina and all. So, Shang-Chi instead. That's why you guys are talking about, oh, the sister could have been better. Tony Leung could have, because he wasn't strong enough as a main lead, I feel. And that was what also another drawback for me from this movie.
Yeah, but the post-credit scene, did it interest you? Did it pique your interest about the direction which Marvel is headed to, Prateep?
Yeah, I think like the rings are sending a signal to someone. I don't know. I feel like maybe Fing Fang Foom.
No, you cannot have Fing Fan Foom, okay? That is the most racist thing that they can do. And I'm very sure that Fing Fan Foom is not what they are alluding to. I hope, I hope.
Someone needs to explain to Levy what Fing Fang Foom is.
Yes.
Okay.
Calvin feels very passionate about it. I think he should.
Is the giant from Jack and the
apparently
Beanstalk.
The Ten Rings are basically from this race of people which is called the Maluans. And if they basically are dragons, right?
Is that Fing Fang Foom on your shirt?
No, yeah, I believe there is somewhere, but yes. But basically, the leader and these dragons have been all destroyed, right? Which is why their rings have come to Earth, and that's where the Mandarin found them. But the one dragon, which is the leader, which is Fing Fan Foom, the biggest one, is still out there. It's a cosmic dragon. Okay, so the rings calls to Fing Fan Foom, and he will come to Earth and try to get the rings. And yeah, it's
The name is so funny.
yeah, Fing Fan Foom.
But why is it
Because
racist?
that's what
Calvin?
white people thought Chinese names are.
Yeah. Like I mentioned Fu Manchu earlier as well, and how that's originally
Actually, the reason why I think Fing Fang Foom, or some version of him, is because now the rings in the comics it's all different powers, but now it's just like energy blast.
Yeah.
So I think when in the sequel, if he comes to Earth, he'll use the rings properly, and then like unlock their true power or something.
True. I think, yeah, the problem with having everything as separate powers is it becomes, again, too similar to what Thanos had, and people might get confused and stuff. So they're trying to differentiate it from, they spent 10 years building up Thanos, right? And then we finally got him. So interesting. Zach, what about yourself? Did the post-credit scenes make you interested for what's in the future? Like the sister as a new Mandarin?
Oh, that post credit. Yeah, I guess so. But I then again, it takes away from Shang-Chi, doesn't it? Like now I want to follow the sister when they showed that post credit scene. So I forget Shang-Chi. I want to see what the sister does now.
I think they're doing a series on the sister.
Like series. Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't be
basically
surprised.
On the 10 rings, I think.
Yeah, I mean this is the theory lah, so it's not this thing. But I think what they're doing is they're going to follow the 10 rings after this in a series, like the Legend of the 10 Rings.
And
Okay,
where it goes from here.
I got a question.
Yes.
It was the same thing that me and Kevin were discussing about when we left the theater.
It is Abomination.
Oh no. Isn't Hulk supposed to be the
Smart Hulk.
Yeah.
Smart Hulk?
Yeah, that one caught a lot of people by surprise. So
Did they explain why?
No.
not yet.
They will explain, I think, in
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where Abomination is going to be as well.
Why were Wong and Abomination fighting?
Yeah.
No, and
And then after that,
Abomination is supposed to be in the raft.
They're friends, right?
I think when I started, I said this like coming into my top 3. I think I changed my opinion.
Yeah. So why is Wong fighting at all in the first place?
It's all they're obviously like
And then they're like
putting on a
friends
show.
also.
Yeah, they're putting on a show because he's saying, "Oh, you should hold back your punches. You're supposed to hold back your
Why
punches."
that?
I don't know that one. I don't know.
Is Wong the only other Asian character in the
Yeah, that's
Marvel
the
universe?
other thing. They want Abomination there just to remind people of who he is because he's going to be in She-Hulk, the TV show. They've already announced that with Tim Roth, so it kind of makes sense why he's in it. Because
They had him for Spider-Man, right?
Just the
Yeah, he
beginning,
just-
I think.
I was watching it. I was like, is he like the new Nick Fury? Like he pops up in everything. Like
Wong.
absolutely everything. Wong just seems to
What
pop
it
up in
needs to be.
everything. Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, obviously Doctor Strange.
I think Levy had a question. Is it Levy?
Yeah, who is Abomination?
Okay, Abomination. Remember Wong was fighting a big guy with fins?
Not
The,
me.
the fish monster sort of thing.
Yeah, that's Abomination for one. He's
Oh.
played by the actor Tim Roth, very, very good actor. And he first played Abomination back in 2008, around there, when the
Edward
Incredible Hulk
Norton's.
movie with Edward Norton came out.
And he was much bigger in the 2008 movie than he was in Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah. But he looks more comic accurate in this because in that one he just had a round head. He didn't have the gills or anything. But he is going to be in the She-Hulk TV show, which is a female Hulk. It's from the comics as well.
Yes, his cousin lah. Basically Hulk's cousin.
So
I kid you not,
They
that's actually
had
accurate.
blood transfusion, I think.
Yes, correct. So she was dying. Bruce Banner, as Bruce Banner, not the Hulk, gave blood transfusion to save her, which transformed her into She-Hulk. But she's smart. And she's always in like the Hulk body, but she's always been smart. She's never lost. Yeah, she's a lawyer. And she's always in the
Green.
Hulk form. So green, but intelligent, like what we saw in Avengers Endgame. So do you get what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's where an Abomination is due to appear in She-Hulk.
Okay.
So I think they put him in this movie just to sort of set up that he's appearing again. Let's give it a rating. So Chief Jantan, let's go with you first.
I'll give it a 6.
A 6. Prateep Naidu, initially, like you said, just below your top 3.
I was going to give it an 8. Then after this review, this discussion,
Oh.
I'll give it a 7.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
But-
That's okay.
7.5 because they said terima kasih in the video.
I like your spike face.
Puppy Zach?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 6.5 because of Tony.
Tony Leung.
Tony lah, Tony.
Did you give a rating, Kevin?
No, not yet. I'll give it a 6.
A 6.
It would have been a 5, but Tony Liu, bro.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, they just said, they gave him like the script and said, look, you're Tony Leung. You just come up with your own backstory, okay? You knock it out the park because he's
No lah,
Tony Leung.
his martial arts choreography, and I don't think he needed anything. They would just basically told him like, hey, just do whatever you want, and he did it, and it's just perfect lah. I don't know. I mean, he has so much charisma.
Yeah.
Even I mean, look, let's be frank. He's one of the most famous actors in Asia. In America, nobody knows him, but his performance captured everyone in America as well. So you know, it just shows that look, at the end of the day, talent cannot be bought lah. It's one of those things where this guy is something else.
Levy.
I'll give it an 8.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How strange that you give the highest, because I'm about to say I give it a 6.5.
I think the world is in the brink of collapse because over the past 4 movies, 4 movies are not one, no, 4 movies, Levy has been given good reviews to all of them.
I know, it's very strange. Very, very strange. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to say that our next movie in cinemas again is Dune. So
That one I'm not so sure.
that one, yeah. Full spoilers. Zach's already seen half the movie because he fell asleep for the other half. So you'll have to watch.
Kevin can attest. Did I fall asleep in Shang-Chi? No.
There were some moments where I thought, is Zach asleep? Then he's like,
Yeah, he can't be fully certain you're asleep or awake, Zach. Because
Also, he couldn't fall asleep because there was a couple behind us who was just constantly yap.
See,
Every time you felt a shift in the seats, it was coming doing this.
okay, so it's settled for most of us, although surprisingly, not for Levy. It was okay, Shang-Chi. So next week we're gonna go with Dune. Should be interesting. It's quite a long movie. I think about almost 2.5 hours long. It'll be part 1 of a 2-parter to be released
2:40.
later. 2 hours 40 minutes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Looking forward to Dune. If you want to join the conversation for that, let us know. If you have a recommendation in the future, also let us know by leaving a comment. Like, share, and subscribe. My name's Adam Carruthers. On behalf of everyone here, thanks for watching. Bye.